Hey there, Jim Hart here from Hawthorne Law, and today I want to talk to you about the differences between an LLC and an S-Corporation for purposes of taxes. At what point should you start to transition into an S-Corporation, or should you start to transition to an S-Corporation? Because that is definitely not the route that everyone needs to go, but it is an option for you if you're making a considerable amount of money from your business each month. My goal here is to help you understand the nuances of these very somewhat complex legal terms in a way that pretty much anybody can understand. That's the whole goal of everything I do here with Hawthorne Law. Alright, so before we go any further, I just want to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and make sure you leave a comment below if you like what I'm talking about here today. And as always, hit the little bell. There's a little bell thing. You have to hit the subscribe button. That'll notify you whenever I post new videos. Usually I'm posting about 1 to 2 videos a week, usually one at the beginning of the week and usually one somewhere around Friday like today. Alright, so let's get into today's video. So an LLC, I've talked about what an LLC is. I've talked about how to start an LLC in prior videos. I'll try and leave a link to that up there in the little box. You all know the benefits of starting an LLC, but at what point should you start to think about forming an S-Corporation? An S-Corporation, a lot of people think that an LLC is one thing and an S-Corporation is something completely different. That's only partially true. S-Corporation is actually, it's a taxing status. So when you say you want to become an S-Corporation, what you're really telling the IRS is that you want to be taxed like an S-Corporation. And an S-Corporation is basically a taxing status where you get the income from your LLC flows through to you. I'm not explaining this well. Let's go back to basics. Okay, when you form your LLC, basically what you do is you become what's called a disregarded entity if you do nothing else. And that means that you've got this legal entity that's going to protect you from liability, and when you file your taxes, you're going to file what's called a Schedule C, and you're going to have all your business income and losses on that schedule, and that's going to flow through onto your personal tax return. If you have just an LLC and you haven't done anything else, you don't have to file a separate tax return for that. You don't have to file a corporate tax return or anything like that. You just have your regular 1040 that you're going to file, and all the income and losses from your LLC is going to go on that. And what you're going to do is you're going to pay a separate 15.3% tax. That's self-employment tax. That's your FICA. That's your Medicare. That's your Social Security. That's all that kind of stuff. It's going to be wrapped into the profit that you receive from your LLC, and you're going to get taxed on that. And that's how that works. Now, at some point, you're going to make enough money that you may decide that you want to actually be taxed like an S-Corporation. So an S-Corporation is a taxing status. So you could be a corporation and elect S-Corporation taxing status. You could be a partnership and elect S-Corporation taxing status, or you could be an LLC and elect S-Corporation tax status. And basically what that means is that at the end of the year when you do your taxes, instead of having all those income and losses on your 1040 like you would if you were just being taxed as an LLC, by being taxed as an S-Corporation, you'll have to file a separate tax return for the business entity that you've chosen. You're going to need to pay yourself a salary, and that's how you pay the self-employment taxes. With an S-Corporation, and when I say S-Corporation, you still could be an LLC. I'm just saying you've elected S-Corporation status. With that S-Corporation status, you have to pay yourself what's considered a reasonable salary. What is a reasonable salary? Well, a reasonable salary is if you were to take yourself out of the business and insert somebody into the business to do what you do, how much would you pay them? That's what a reasonable salary is. So for me as an attorney, let's say, an average attorney makes as an employee of a small firm makes, let's say, $75,000 a year. Well, then that would be a reasonable salary that I should pay myself. I'm not saying that's reasonable for my business. I'm not saying if I make more or less than that. I'm just saying that's how much maybe you would pay an associate at a law firm. If you're a painter, and if you were to put somebody in as a painting business, and if you were to hire them full-time to do all the painting, and maybe you would pay them $10 an hour, well, that's what a reasonable salary would be for that. So it's really going to depend on the type of business you're in, position and the type of work that you would be doing within the business. So you pay yourself that reasonable salary. Why is that so important? It's so important because by paying yourself a salary, you don't have to pay that 15.3% self-employment tax on anything above the salary. That's all net profit of the business. And this is even more important because of the tax law changes that just went into effect at the beginning of this year that say that you're allowed to deduct 20% of your income from your business operations. Paying yourself a salary, that's not going to be included. Now that's a full line deduction, right? You're going to be able to deduct all that from your business, so you're not going to be taxed on that separately as profit. I really hope this is making sense, because even as I talk about this, I realize how complicated this stuff really is. I feel like I need a whiteboard or something. I need to get a whiteboard. Anyway, the bottom line is, what do you need to know? You need to know that with an LLC, you get taxed on your full profit. So you pay that self-employment tax on all the profit from the business. With an S-Corporation, you only pay the self-employment tax on the amount you pay yourself as a salary. So if your business earns $200,000, you pay yourself a $50,000 salary. That's the part that you're going to pay the 15% self-employment tax on. Everything above that, the $150,000, is net profit, and you get a deduction of 20% of that. So what's that? $30,000 on top of that you're not going to be taxed on at normal income tax rates for your business. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. If that's making sense, leave a comment below and just say, yeah, I gotcha, or something like that, because I want to make sure that what I'm telling you is not completely foreign to people. And I realize that it's early in the morning, coffee time. Hopefully this is making sense. All right, once again, please take a minute. If you like what I'm talking about, please leave me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, well, I would prefer you not leave a thumbs down, but you got to do what you got to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the video. Hit the little subscription button below, and then hit the little bell thingy, and then you'll get notified every time I post new videos to the site. Also, and this is important, if this makes sense to you and you think that somebody else that you know would benefit from this, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that little share button and share this in your Facebook group or on the Twitters or someplace like that wherever you share your content, maybe on Instagram. The more people I can hit with this information, that I can get this information out there, the more beneficial it's going to be to everyone as they start to understand kind of how these issues impact everyone on basically in their business. That's it for today. Hope you have a great day, folks. I forgot to tell you, I got a couple things going down. If you're listening to this and it's towards the end of October in 2018, I'm going to be doing a free training. Go to www.hawthornelaw.net/training and you can sign up for that. My next training is coming up on Monday, October 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I did one last week. It was a great success. Had a lot of people on the call with me. I had a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing another one this week. So make sure you register for that. There'll be a link somewhere here below. And let's see. Other than that, I think that's it. I gotta run. I got a meeting with somebody that refers me some business. So I gotta go talk to her. Anyway, have a great day, folks. Until next time. Peace. Bye-bye.